Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Surviving Minecraft. My name is Ben85, and oh no, I have no power. It's because today we need to upgrade badly. If you notice, I've got a whole bunch of ores here lined up to be processed, and I found out that I was having severe problems with power loss, as well as oxygen. So my way of doing this is putting a bunch of these gas tanks that can fill up with oxygen, and I'll basically have reserves. I don't know if I need quite this many, but we'll find out. But yeah, we're upgrading power systems. And, oh yeah, I didn't show you guys. My elevators, so much better than ladders. All I do is I press space to jump to go up, and shift like you crouch to go down. So, what have I got so far? Well, I put in this elite energy cube, which stores, if you look here, I got the basic is what I used to have. I went from advanced all the way up to elite, mostly because if you go up to the ultimate, this is a crazy recipe. So we don't need to get up there. So I'll have lots of power reserve, and it also outputs a lot of power at one time. But what I need to upgrade then is the cable, as well as putting my next power system in here. And that reminds me, I need to be able to, and I'm going to come through the ceiling. Ooh. Well, how about that? May go up that way. I don't know. We got to take some water up there. And I think I'm going to go and use Mekanism pipes. I figured out what my problem was. I needed to use the tool. It's no different than like these, the fluid ducts. I automated this actually. If I show you guys, you notice there's item ducts here. They pull out of the cauldrons. I'll have to replace that. So basically the fluid goes in, it constantly fills it. So if I'm just using this for steel, it'll constantly put the steel into here after it processes, and as soon as it hardens, the item duct pulls it out, puts it in this chest. So basically it's completely automated. But yeah, I need to be able to do that, so I need the Mekanism tool to change it from a regular water pipe to a pulling water pipe. So that is not what I wanted to do. I'm waiting for these. I need a whole bunch of these enriched alloys in order to make, see your next cable, you put the basic cable in, enriched alloy on each side. I'm contemplating going up to elite. See, basic does 500 joules per tick. This does 2 kilojoules per tick. I think I might want to go up to the 8 kilojoules per tick. Interesting. But in order to go to the elite, you then need to take... Oh, okay. You just upgrade straight from basic. Oh, well that actually helps. Because if you notice, these guys, is just straight up. Let me go back here. You need 2 of those enriched alloys. If I go to the elite, the control circuits are 1 each as well. So other than adding some redstone in, which I have plenty of, yeah, I'm gonna go straight to it. So I believe I had 28 cable. So 28 times 2 is 56. So I'm gonna need 56 of these guys. So I'm still waiting on that. So I'll get back to you guys when I have this upgraded and we set up our next power system. Alright guys, we're back and show you guys how this works. I'm waiting for some stuff for some cables here still. So we have one of our electrolytic separators, but this time around we are taking the hydrogen, and the hydrogen goes into this hydrogen generator through the tube. Now what I think is the coolest part ever of Mekanism, this is an elite universal cable, this is a basic. They connect without even having to do anything special, because like down here I have the elite running all the way down to here, and I had built that extra energy cube upstairs because I figured I'd have to go into an energy cube and then out with the basic, but it just goes straight through. And yep, I needed to make this configurator. If you notice here, if I change this, here, shift click, it's off. This is normal. You can either tell it to push or to pull. And we want it to pull, and then it fills the tube. And I think it just looks neat with water running like physically through. It looks really neat. So this is filling up with hydrogen. And I am waiting for more of these guys. Don't have the basic cable on me. I have 8 basic cable. And I have 16 of these guys. Which is just about perfect. However, I need some redstone here. This should be plenty. So we'll do the same thing. Basic cable. Those on each side. We have an elite cable. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I think we'll just go this direction. Well, it's not pretty right now. Thing is, I don't want it connecting into here, and I want it connecting into the blue one, so I might have to look into how to change this. But basically, if we look now, these things are going to fill up quite quickly, which is good because the one down below is working. So let's see how this works. If I tell this one, make sure auto eject is on. I think I turned it off on this one. Is off. So if I tell it to put its redstone signal back on, it will start running. And it'll take all of this oxygen down. Okay, so why is it not pulling? I want this to be pulling. Interesting. Well, I thought I had this all figured out. But anyways, it's trying to go through its thing here. And I'll have to play around with it a little bit and see if I can figure out. I just want to take this off. Doesn't help. Now what I can do is take this guy, stick it straight in here, and I have more oxygen to spare. So that might be something to do. Maybe I fill up the oxygen tanks and then stick oxygen tanks in there for extra fuel. But the biggest thing I wanted to do is, yeah, we got a lot in there. Okay, we've got all 4 machines running at full capacity. What is this doing? Oh, it is going down just slightly. So we may need to stick another generator in here, which is just fine. But we are pulling a lot of power right now. So the fact that we're, almost even is really good. Because this is really working. Yeah, it is. Nice. That's good because if you notice, I have a lot of iron and a whole lot of copper. Because just to give you guys an idea, if I turn this back on, I need to make these salination blocks, which is a dynamic tank, which I have, that are not too bad to make, but you need a lot of copper per block. And a proper salination tower, like a full-size one, is 18 stories high, and there's roughly 20 blocks per level. If you do your math, that is a lot of copper. So we're going to make it as big as I can get it. I'm going to have to collect more copper. Basically, this guy is going to be working overtime to process as much as possible. So we'll see how that works. Now we're getting into the copper. Yeah, this is working. I have more here, so maybe it would actually be worthwhile to pull these and just let these fill up. I don't know, just an idea. But we've got one more thing we want to do today, and I need to do some setup, so I'll be back with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back. As you can see, I've rearranged a few things in here, brought the cells over a little further. I put a second generator in, and I think it looks a little more, a little cleaner. I didn't show you guys this before. This is a charge pad. So if you have items such as a configurator here, you can just basically step onto it and it will charge anything in your hand. When I had the energy cubes in my hand, I could step out onto it and it would charge up for me, which is actually really cool. So what are we going to be working on? Well, if you recognize any of this kind of stuff, we have applied energistics. That's right. We are going to be working on our applied energistics system. And the first thing we need, and I already crafted all these because they're really complicated stuff, is a controller. And good, it does connect. I was really hoping it would. Industrial craft, universal electricity, kilowatts. This is the closest, I guess, for power consumption, but anyways, it's pretty minimal, I guess. Yeah, not too bad. So, what is an applied energistic system? Well, it's based off their ME, which you see, this is an ME controller. ME stands for mass energy. Basically, it converts all of your items from mass over to an energy and stores them in drives. So, this is going to be our very basic one. If you look here, we have a drive system. So now we've got one drive online in the controller. But to get anywhere, we need an actual drive. So this is a simple 1K drive. As you can see, it'll hold 63 types of items and 1024 bytes, which is basically just a storage figure. So we're going to put one drive in. As you can see, it is green. I guess it only shows it as a single drive. But how do you get the items in here? Okay. Well, we can't, shift click, obviously. What we need is a terminal to be able to look at things, such as an access terminal. So put this on top of here, and now it can connect into our drive. Now I really want to do standard search. Synchronized standard. So now if I search into here, let's say piston. Yep, okay. So now NEI is synced into me. So I can search for things and search here. So it's all in one shot. So now we can throw items in. And as you can see, if I go into here, this now has 2 types in it, 19 bytes used. Okay, that's great and all. Let's throw a bunch of stuff in here just to kind of show you how this works. Actually, I want those. So I'm just shift clicking in and out. Yeah, that should be about right. We'll throw those in there too. Okay, that's great and all, but if you look here, if we go back under applied energistics, there's also something called a crafting terminal. So what's so cool about a crafting terminal? Well, let me show you. We're going to break this guy because we actually need it. Crafting grid. I think I have everything. Oh shoot, I threw something. What did I throw? Oh, the glass. Ha, now we can't get it out of there. So let's put the terminal back down. I was hoping, let's see. Okay, that's how you take just single ones. You shift right click. Okay, so now we got our 2 glass. We'll take that back. Oh, it reset my NEI because I had nothing in the search bar. So let's just put in crafting. Here it is. This guy right here. Now we have a crafting terminal, and this we're going to use quite heavily. So now, same interface up here, but we have a crafting grid. So here's what's really cool. I'm going to need some ME cable. So I'm going to put in cable. Right here's ME cable. If I look it up and stick it into here, actually no, I gotta shift right click. It puts these items in. Okay, I'm gonna clear this out just so you can see what's going on. Alright, so we have the flux dust, which we have here, and it takes glass. Actually it pulled, we only had 6 pieces of glass in. So if I take this out, you'll see it still has the flux crystal in here, because it will actually keep pulling them out as long as you have them in your inventory. And then you can just click out and it goes right back up. So it makes it really easy to go through your entire inventory and pull items through. So what's another thing that we can do with it? Well, we have these chests over here. As you can see, I got a bunch of stuff in this chest, and I'd like to put it into my system. In fact, I'd like to put everything into my system. So I'll grab my dolly like I had at other times, and let's see, what else do we need? This guy right here, a basic import bus, and I'm gonna put it right here for no. Let me get rid of, take that off. Let's try this again. We're just gonna put a regular cable in. Then we're gonna put the import bus right here. And no, I do not want it on the torch. Torch doesn't even no good. So let's go to put this down right here, and we can use our wrench here to do that. Now if you notice, see the white? It's pulling stuff out of here, putting stuff into our network. So how are we doing on space here? You can see here as it updates. Oh, I guess, okay, it is updating in here, see? Just takes a little bit to get to show it. Well, we'll basically be able to empty all this stuff out. A lot of this stuff I probably don't need. I'll have to go through my inventory and take stuff out, but that's no big deal. So how much energy are we actually using? That's not too bad. I'm actually going to change it over to MJ. Yeah, 2.1 MJ. Not too bad. And all the wool's going in. There we go. So now you can see, if we scroll through, you can see all the items in here. All of our inventory in a neat little box that we can search for. Pretty cool, huh? Now, applied energistics gets really crazy. If I search for stuff here, you can see we have an ME crafting CPU. There's a heat vent for it, containment wall for it, and I believe there's a storage. I'm missing one of them. Input output port. But anyways, what it can do is you can create a crafting, an auto crafting computer. It's a multi-block structure that you put in, and whenever you go here, let's say you wanted to make a bow, you would create what are they called, like a blueprint type, telling it how to craft a bow, you know, 3 sticks, 3 string, put it into there. Then if you ever needed a bow, you go into here, and as you can see, stored items, you could switch to craftable, and it would have a list of items that you could craft. And if you already have it, then it's going to be stored. If it's not, if you don't already have it, then you can click on it and craft it. So basically allows you to auto craft things. Let's see, this one is done now, so put that over there. And I have other chests that I can, grab a hold of and store. That crafting terminal, I think will end up going right up here. I think I will end up moving all of my ores. Ooh. All of these guys, everything in here goes into my system. I think I'll uncraft the blocks. I know, I ran this stuff all through. It kept up pretty good. This is definitely the way to go, is to keep these guys full. And just stick one in here when you need it. Look at this, guys. Oh, look at all that copper. And that's nowhere near what we need, but awesome copper. So with that, guys, I guess that's going to finish up this episode. We have a lot of things that we're going to be doing with Applied Energistics. We're going to have a lot of fun. I only have 2 cable left, which means I need some glass, and I don't have any sand, so I'm definitely going to have to go get some sand. Oh wait, there's one more thing. What time is it? Middle of the day. I'm going to kill the sound down so the rain's not crazy. Let's go. I could have sworn I was over the top of the elevator. I want to go over here because I want to show you guys something. Something really crazy. So I'll tell you guys a story. These are rural drones, alright? And we're trying to get to blooming, right? That's what we're aiming for. And a blooming is a thriving and a growing drone, okay? Well, over here in this apiary, we have a whole bunch of growing, alright? Definitely really set. And so we got this part. Thriving is simply a growing with a rural. And if you look at a rural, all it is a diligent and metals. Well, that's easy. I've got plenty of diligent and metals. I mean, not a problem. I tried and tried and tried, and I could not get a single cross, not even a hybrid. And that's when I learned you should probably look at NEI a little closer. Because you see this red right here? That means there's a requirement. It's restricted to planes. There'll be some other ones. Let's see if I can think of another one. I don't know if a Diamande B requires that. No. There's some other ones. Like, maybe a redstone bee. But anyways, that require like something placed underneath the apiary. I've got all these reds. I don't know. I guess I couldn't tell you which one it would be. Maybe an iron bee, maybe. I know there is an iron bee. Or at least I think there is. How about a tin bee? Because I do have the special bees. Tin bee, no. Alright, well apparently I know nothing about what I'm talking about. But I know there are some out there. So, anyways, gotta be careful what you look for in NEI. I went to a plains biome and it was like the second cross I started getting the hybrids, so it didn't take long at all to get it once I went to the right location. One thing we're probably gonna have to do here is I think we're gonna have to run some cables over. Because I think it would be nice to put in an ME system over here to be able to access it. I don't know if I showed you guys this. This is a gene pool. I'm starting to get into the extra bees stuff. Basically, you put bees into here, it turns into liquid DNA, and you can use the liquid DNA to process your bees and put, certain traits into it. So if you like that fast trait that cultivated has, but you'd like to put that into something else, like let's say the blooming bees. We could put a fast trait into that. Then you could use the blooming bees here to pollinate, and they'd be fast workers, so they produce a whole bunch. So just little things you can do like that. And it can also eliminate some undesirable traits, like sinister bees, attacking you basically. Some of them poison you. So with that, guys, I think that's about it for this episode. I'm really happy to start in with applied energistics. I got a bunch of these chests to move up there and put up there. Mistcraft. We might have to get into Mistcraft soon. I think I want to play with that. Ooh, that's right. We have a music disc. Be nice to... Well, maybe we should put it in a jukebox. Maybe next time. Got lots of emeralds. Lots of ender pearls. We're going to have to play around with dynamic transport, which is basically a working elevator mod. And we can put in a service elevator. That would be really cool. It's a really neat mod, and I'm glad that I stuck it in here. Not doing too bad. So with that, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, take care.